I think that's how I start.
With a deep sigh.
With a deep breath.
Okay.
Yeah. Double vaxxed. No, okay, not starting like that. I'm
Early.
just joking. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. John, Crist, Alan, Alex, and Easton in the studio currently. But the studio's different. It's going forward, the studio's different.
It is different.
Yeah. Kennedy has sat in that chair.
Yes.
That's just insane. Dude.
Heavy as the head, man.
I mean, we'll get into it. Obviously, there's what does that mean?
What does what mean?
Heavy's the head.
It's responsibility now, bro.
Yeah, dude. I feel that, dude. Heavy.
We've had a Kennedy here.
Yeah, we've had so we're different. The podcast is different.
Yeah.
No more jokes.
No.
We're not reviewing clips anymore. We're not roasting anybody.
We're gonna read studies.
We're reading studies.
We're only roasting Whole Foods.
Yes, that's it. We're not we're not doing any. Oh, that was a fun this weekend. It was funny when you saw. No, we're done with that.
That pod's dead.
Pod's dead.
This is the new pod.
Speaking of, dude, because we talked about this, our RFK Jr. It's not AI. The photo is not AI. RFK Jr.
That is absolutely what it's
you
gonna say.
saw the photo and you're like, this cannot be real.
Yeah.
Maybe this is like a thing where they're like, we wish we had and we reviewed a thing and we zoomed with him. None of that. He sat there.
Yeah.
RFK Jr. walked through this door.
Yeah.
And sat there.
RFK IRL. Yep.
Very
way, dude.
Right there.
Nice. We'll get in. This is what I was gonna say before we get into anything.
Sure.
Is we were texting the night before, like, what do we talk or how do we like? If I showed up as like, tell us about the efficacy of the RF or the COVID variant, and you're like, all our listeners of the pod would be like, what?
Yeah, who's this guy hosting?
Yeah, we're like, what happened to the net positive pod? And every time we do have a guest, we try to, I'm trying to think of an example that would be like, they were like, T-Pain wants to come on the pod. You go, what are we going to talk to T-Pain about? We have to have some kind of, whether he like is doing a country album or he grew up singing in his church or, you know what I'm saying? You're looking for some kind of like, we obviously love to have guests from all walks of life and talk to them, but we got to start somewhere. And I think the RFK Jr. Well, he's been on Theo a couple of times. I've obviously listened to him, so I'm familiar with his work and what he does now. The Secretary of Health and Human Services.
Yes, sir.
And how many secretaries are there in the U.S.?
16.
16. Like we could be fact checked on that earlier.
You told
it's
me
like
that.
14,
That's the only
15, or
reason I know.
16. There's
Yeah.
Secretary of Health, Agriculture, War, Defense, Education, all the secretaries. Also,
Yes.
shouldn't they be administrative assistants now?
I don't know. How does that work?
No, I'm making a joke. Like,
Oh.
they don't have secretaries.
Because secretary. Oh, yeah.
There's
It's like
14.
14.
It's like stewardess.
Yeah. Secretaries kind of.
not
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
It's kinda outdated.
No, we can't have secretaries. All right, what are they?
There's 14. There is the Secretary of State, Secretary of the Treasury, Secretary of Defense, Secretary of the Interior,
Oh, like couches and
Secretary
stuff?
of Agriculture, Secretary of Commerce, Secretary of Labor, Secretary of Health and Human Services, Secretary of Housing and Urban Development.
Okay.
Secretary of Transportation, Secretary of Energy, Secretary of Education, Secretary of Veteran Affairs, and Secretary of Homeland Security.
This is my Secretary of Energy right here.
Let's go, dude. And we talked
Brought
about
to you
that.
by- no.
And we talked about that.
Yeah, we did.
And you notice I don't have one. Oh, also, dude, why'd y'all put me out?
Because you put us out.
Yeah,
Bro,
no,
that wasn't fair. And then you moved on from the question.
I did?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
A funny episode in the pod. I knew where he stands on energy drinks.
Yeah.
And I didn't have one, and y'all had one, and I tried to call y'all out.
The one episode of 222
Yeah.
episodes that you didn't have a Red
I
Bull
go,
next to you.
No, hey guys.
You're like, these guys, huh?
I tried to hide mine too. I tried to hide it behind the bobbleheads, bro. Found it. Shoot.
well, especially White Monster, dude. Yeah.
I don't do the white one.
But he
The white one's domestic abuse. That's been established.
Yeah, he changed it. Cheryl Hines, who's he's been on as the lead in Curb Your Enthusiasm for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And that's his wife.
Yeah.
So we go, okay, we can start there. He obviously knows about comedy. His wife is on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yep.
One of the biggest TV shows of the last 20 years.
Yeah.
So we got that. Even if we can't find anything else, we got that.
Yeah.
And I was also wanting to ask him about Trump and eating fast food.
Yeah.
I go, well, let's start there.
And we got into that.
Yeah.
For sure. I wish we had longer with him because
Got into that.
I felt like we were really getting
And
into
more,
it.
dude.
We were getting going.
I'm feeling like secondarily like hyped, remembering it.
Oh, like a second wind?
Yeah.
Nice.
I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot. It was unbelievable.
You're reminiscing.
This week's episode brought to you by John Crist Comedy. Ladies and gentlemen, headed back on the road September 4, 5, and 6 is the Stress Factory in New Brunswick, New Jersey. Then we got a full list of theaters, 8 weekends. Usually we do about 12 weekends in the fall, 12 in the spring, but I get married.
Yeah.
This fall, so we're doing 8 weekends. We're taking, what is that? We're taking 4. We're taking a month off.
Nice.
So yours truly can get married. Then we're gonna transition to we're a marriage podcast after that.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Full marriage.
So we're
podcast.
only a political podcast for this small chapter.
Yes,
and then
it's
we'll
a
transition
short window.
into, yeah.
Actually, we had. I was going to tell him we had the mayor of the only other politician we ever had in here.
Yeah.
Mayor of Nashville.
Right.
Democrat.
Yes.
Very much so.
Yep.
And now, actually, I should say RFK Jr. is not a Republican.
Yeah, he was a Democrat for a while.
Yeah, I mean, he's been he's a lifelong Democrat. I guess never. He works with Trump, and he's in his.
Yes, the goalpost kind of moved since.
Kind of.
It's a little different now.
Yeah, it's done some adjustments.
Yeah.
But he said he's never voted. He's never voted. Now he can't vote.
You can't.
I listened to another pod he was on. He said, and I think Rogan asked him if he was a Republican, and he was like, "Well, he's he said he's a little tricky."
Yeah.
But I think if we're choosing sides, I think the Republicans have claimed him.
What color was his tie?
What was it?
It was black.
It was black.
Was it?
If it was blue, or if it was red.
Gonna have to check now.
That's usually
we
how
gotta
you
double
know.
check.
blue.
Starting in September, I'm back in the theaters. Toledo, Huntington, West Virginia, Worcester, Ohio at the Wayne County Fair. There's probably a bunch of food at that county fair that RFK Jr. would not be supportive of.
Yep.
Minneapolis, Minnesota, probably not supportive of them. Rochester, that was unnecessary. Des Moines, Torrington, Connecticut, Boston, Massachusetts. Boston, Massachusetts. 2 shows. Tyson's, Virginia, shooting my 5th comedy special. September 26th. October, we're headed to Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Columbus, Georgia, Memphis, Grand Junction, Greeley. October, Colorado Springs, Virginia Beach, Wilkes-Barre, Hershey, Providence, Rhode Island, Lubbock, Albuquerque, Midland, Corpus Christi, Beaumont, Hattiesburg, Baton Rouge, and Hattiesburg. Oh, we're coming back to Hattiesburg. 2 shows, baby.
Nice.
Hattiesburg, Louisiana. This episode brought to you by the good folks over there at Cowboy Colostrum. Funny enough, dude, if you're advertising on the podcast, you're advertising on the pod. It could be a big episode, could be a small episode.
Yeah.
You're locked in.
Yeah, today's brands.
Yeah.
They picked a good one.
I talked to them all. They wanted to make sure that everything RFK said they stand with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of it.
I
They
go,
co-sign
sure? He goes,
everything.
yeah, that's what they called us, actually. I'm just kidding.
And as soon as he got in here, he took all the stuff, everything. He took everything.
Summer is here, and if you want to actually feel confident, less bloated, and energized this summer, just not just look like it on the outside. That's important. It starts with your gut. I thought being bloated every day was just normal. It's not. Once I fixed my gut, everything has changed. My digestion, skin, hair, and the one thing that made the biggest difference is Cowboy Colostrum, baby. I got a pantry in my new house. There's only 2 things in it. It's 2 bottles or 2 packs of this.
Nice.
That's all that's in it.
Did you get the new cookies and cream one?
Yeah, they
that
shipped
new
it
flavor
and the chocolate. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
They shipped it right to us, baby. And I do listen. It's hard. Some of these things are hard. I do feel like my hair is thicker.
It's looking good, bro.
Oh well, I didn't have. People were gonna roast me for my haircut. I got it over the weekend, but when he was in here, my hair was long. But I was like, I'm not wearing a hat.
Oh, I thought it looked good.
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah. It looked good.
They were like, this is out of character.
No, I thought it was nice.
Yeah, thank you, dude.
Easton wore a polo.
Yeah, Easton put a
It was
polo
nice.
on. Yeah, I started taking Cowboy Colostrum for my gut, but the results I didn't expect are the ones that shocked me. It didn't shock me. My hair is noticeably thicker and fuller. My skin is clear. I feel better. I'm more politically aligned. That's not in there. I'm just kidding. Cowboy Colostrum isn't processed or stripped down. Colostrum is whole, full, fat, and high. Oh, we kind of talked about this, about the milk. Mm-hmm. Remember in the pod, I should not mix these things together. I should just stick to the copy.
Yep.
Try new cookies and cream flavor for yourself for a limited time. Our listeners get up to 25% off their entire order. Just head to cowboycolostrum.com/netpositive and use the code netpositive at checkout. That's 25% off when you use the code netpositive at cowboycolostrum.com/netpositive. 25% off when you use the code netpositive at cowboycolostrum.com/netpositive. No, I wanted to ask you about some of the PR about certain type of things.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, when I was growing up, like, for example, milk. Everybody's like, all in on milk. Drink your milk. You need to drink milk. Strong bones. If you're going to get out, drink your milk. And then they were like, nah, dude, we don't. Like, when I was probably in my 20s, They were like, milk's not cool anymore.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, what? They're like, no. And then goats started getting in there. Almonds started getting in there. I didn't know anyone else besides cows were in the milk game.
Yeah, a lot of people jumped in.
Yeah, they were like, yo, let's be a part of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oats jumped in.
Oats jumped in too, and now it's back.
Yep.
That's the tricky part. Okay.
I'm a whole milk guy, bro. I always have been. Yeah, that's my thing.
You never got off of it?
I mean, I've tried the other milks.
I'm a whole milk guy
but
too. Yeah.
I always come back on the whole.
Here's my thing, and I didn't think we'd get time for this in the RFK Jr. podcast. And we'll talk about for a second how it all came to be.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, this is my issue with like his big thing is I want you to be the CEO of your own body.
Mm-hmm.
You should know what's going in your own body. You should know what's good for you. You know what's bad for you. You know what's the best investment for it. Have access to all the information you know and you choose. You go, how can you go to the doctor in 2026, be like, I have insomnia, can't sleep, I got migraines, I got dry skin, I got whatever it is. And they still be like, we'll take a look.
Yeah.
I feel like Elon Musk is parallel parking rockets into the ocean, and you can like get a headache and they're could be a lot of things.
You feel like we should have a way better understanding by now?
Yes,
Yeah.
of the human body.
Yeah.
Like in our lifetime, there was like things that we were like wildly switched on. They were gonna like if you put dirt in a scab.
Yeah.
Or like if you get
rub some dirt on it.
Yeah, rub some. That was in my lifetime.
Yeah.
And that's obviously
And like seriously, like
Yes.
they really literally meant.
And you
rub
can look
some
back
dirt on it.
all through human history. They were like, who was it that went to the they're buried in Arkansas in hot springs because they had like cancer, and they were like, well, let's take them out to the hot springs. Like maybe I'm like, you thought that was curing cancer? You know, like absurd.
Yeah.
In like not that far back in the future.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, that's not going to work anymore.
I mean, there's even like there's weird stuff. Maggie's parents are from Albania.
Yeah.
And they have some weird stuff that I've seen work.
Also, that
Like, that
you
works
go, oh,
really
no,
well.
That's
That it's
not,
like, well,
you're
how
that
is-
actually does work.
Yeah.
The human. I think listen. You could if you found this podcast from any other way. I don't know how that's not a. That's what do you think I'm about to say?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm saying you might not if you're not a fan of mine. That all that is an endorsement for God
Yeah.
or some kind of like organizer of
Well, it's
this.
a high- yeah, it's
so
a-
complex.
It's a higher level of design. That's just
That.
like we just don't have understanding of it in human
Yes,
terms yet.
that's
We
what
don't
I'm
have the
saying. Is that fair
capacity
to
for it
say?
yet. Yeah, I think so.
It was
To me, like the human body is one of the biggest pieces of evidence of like
that's what I'm trying to say.
what's the word? Divine design.
The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
shoot,
Evolution?
my bad. Yeah.
No, what's the phrase?
Divine
Not
intervention.
divine design.
Yeah,
Some intelligent design.
Intelligent design.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only word
Goodness,
we
man.
couldn't get to.
Yeah, intelligent.
design.
Perfect.
They're
Awesome.
like,
Just
great.
just fast forward to the RFK Jr. part of it.
Well, obviously, it's an unbelievable that I was on the golf course.
Yeah.
On Thursday.
Yeah.
And I probably got a double bogey or something. That's why I looked at my phone.
This was Sunday.
Sunday.
Yes.
Sunday.
Because it happened so fast.
If I'm on a hot streak on the golf course, I'm not looking at my phone.
No.
So I must have seen it or picked it up, and I should go back and find it. John, are you interested in having RFK Jr. on the pod? And I was with my two buddies. I was with my buddy Ethan and my buddy Isaac. I just looked at it. I go, what? And a lot of things come to my phone.
Sure.
You know, you got the Tonight Show or this guy, Ryan Seacrest, wants to, you're like, I don't know if these things are true or not true. So
Yeah.
I go, well, yeah, dude, would love to talk to him.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, I've heard, he read an entire book on Anthony Fauci.
Yep.
Yeah.
Big one.
Big up.
Made some waves. A few. I was in the airport trying to catch a flight.
Yeah.
I texted you that.
And Anthony Fauci is in the news.
A little bit in the news.
Yeah, I said something to him. He goes, I go, yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah. And I go, have you heard? He's been in the news. He goes, yeah. He kind of laughed at it. Yeah.
You texted back and you were like, I'm trying to. I can't believe we're in a world that I'm like might say no to that. Of course, it's a yes. And I was like, I didn't want to assume. I don't know, man.
Yeah. What? Dude, yes.
I don't know.
And the interesting backstory on this whole thing is why this podcast exists is in 2020. I think I told him this in 2020, 2021. Theo's pod with RFK Jr. got taken down.
Yeah.
So they were just talking about the vaccine and COVID and all that kind of stuff, and they're just asking questions and putting ideas out there, and it got removed. YouTube removed it, and I called I think we were in the beginning stages of it, and I go, I want to have a podcast, and you go, what do you mean? I go, well, I don't. What do you mean it got taken down? Like all these ideas out there, and I go, wasn't that interested until they took it down, and then I go, wait. Why are you taking that down? I'm interested, which is what he says. I want all the information out there. So this podcast kind of exists in part because of RFK Jr.
Yeah, he definitely had a hand in influencing.
Yeah,
no
that I just thought to you, what do you mean your voices are being silenced? If that's the case, I want to add mine. That's what I thought. I want to add mine. So yeah, we worked it all out, and I just kind of didn't have much he's not going to be able to make it the morning of the change plans have changed or whatever. So we're like,
it was one of those things where it's like you feel like it's not gonna come to fruition, because it was so fast.
Yeah. So we're like the night before, I'm doing all this research, and I know a pretty good bit about his story and where he stands on things and what he's interested in. So I have a good basis. But then I texted y'all. I go, yo, what are y'all gonna wear?
yeah, he texted us that morning.
I was like, wait, we still have to be us. I go, we still have to be if we're all in suits, they're gonna be like, all right, dude, you don't dress like this. What are you doing? Yeah, but I was like, all right. Well, I go, what are y'all gonna wear? And then I was like, well, I'm just gonna wear like jeans, but I wore boots. And then they
were nice boots, by the way. I meant to tell you, I like those.
The area they said, hey, make sure we defend everything he says too. I go, guys, are you sure? I go, it's fine.
Okay.
All
right.
I thought about every brand I wore. I thought about every brand. I was like,
never been more conscious.
Like, I don't know if I'm gonna wear like all the brands that we like sponsor in here. I think they would like you, but I'm not positive. They might remove which was hilarious. So Easton, we're sitting. So I come in like a 30 minutes early, and you guys have been working out all the details with them. Yeah, I come in like 30 minutes early. We're kind of like waiting around, and there's like a guy comes in like he's in the lobby when I came in.
Yeah.
God, and those politics guys, those suits. And also, how do they have their hair like that?
Dude,
every guy in politics, nice hair. Just dialed in.
It's like a prereq.
It's just dialed in. Just sitting there, no like teeth, nice teeth. There's no, I wonder what European politics are like, because they got bad teeth over there. I mean, just they look like AI.
Yeah.
All the people look like AI. He's sitting down there in the lobby, and I go, I'm guessing I didn't want to like out. I didn't want to like out the building.
I'm guessing,
yeah, I go, you with us?
You're with the guy?
Never seen a suit here before.
I've never seen a suit here before.
Are you the guy with the guy?
Yeah, so
you are?
He comes up to the studio, and he's like looking around. He's like, hey, we got to move this trash can. I go, yeah, let's move the trash can.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah, just uncovering, looking and everything.
This is his third time here, by the way.
They
were so thorough all week.
Like 3 days.
Coming in here, sweeping through, making sure everything's cool. Where's our point of access?
Yeah,
everything.
In, out,
so thorough.
Where do we park? Yeah, and it puts every guest we've ever had to shame about how many people they come in with.
Yeah.
People you come in with. What about people the day before? What about dogs sweeping the building?
What do they call them? They said advance?
Yeah.
So you go advance?
They used a lot of code words.
Which means you just go and you check everything out beforehand?
All right, so we're sitting there just kind of
I could use one of those people like for regular things. Like, hey, I have a dinner thing on Thursday. Can you advance the restaurant for me? Go check that out.
Parking spot?
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure I could walk in.
Let me know who's going to be there.
Yeah, make sure it's security, get the perimeter.
Yep.
I need an advancer.
Yeah.
That's what I said but they were all had earpieces. And I go, man, I just want to be a part of something secretive. That's what I said. He was kind of laughing. I go, what do you mean? I go, you guys are just like doing some stuff other people don't know about. And he's like, well, I should get that. And the only way I can probably get involved in that is crimes. But they were like,
now I have an obligation to report, that I've been in contact with the people.
Yeah, well, dude, we were sitting there hanging, and Easton gets a call, and he's like, hold on, I got to take this Secret Service. I go, dude, what planet am I living in that Easton is taking a call from the Secret Service?
What's the group chat you got going on now?
It doesn't have a name.
Of course it doesn't. The government doesn't name their group chats.
It went to my spam, and I was like going through because my car's in the shop. I'm trying to figure out when it's gonna be done. I look at the thing. I'm like, oh, they've been blowing up this group chat. There's like 20 people in here. U.S. Marshals and like all these people.
All these people. Yeah,
just a bunch of .govs in Easton.
Just never saw it, bro.
Yeah, well, dude, you know what you think of what security is in here with like people like Tim Tebow or like let's say a bit like Matt Rife or something like that. When they come in, the security is for people that love them.
Right.
Like politicians, the security is generally for people that do not.
That's a great point.
You know, like if Taylor Swift is coming on the pod, the security is protecting from adoration.
Yeah, from Swifties doing
from
too much.
Fans.
Yes.
Yeah.
For
that's
sure.
a different
like
kind of.
They can't get too close.
Yes, they can't hug her.
Yes.
Not they can't stab her.
Yes.
That's a different kind of security.
Totally.
I mean, like you could run into those risks every now and then, but the security is to protect from love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Or obsession.
Yeah, his is not for that.
Well, but a lot of it is.
Sure.
Like 50% of it is,
sure.
or whatever but the protection is from like the anger, or on either side. There's probably a lot. Probably in person. There's a lot of. I can't believe I'm seeing this person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of.
I also like that there's the behind the scenes security that took place.
Yeah.
Like they background checked all of us, I promise.
Yeah.
Like they ran everybody's name. They know everything about everyone.
So we're good?
And we're good. We're in the system.
Yeah,
and
dude,
we're
I didn't
clear.
know that. All right,
Yep.
sweet.
For sure.
Yeah. That we're all good.
Yeah, they don't play games, man.
They do not play. And all I said when I came in here is I told y'all, I go, man, I love steaks. STAKES.
Yeah.
I love high stakes.
When you told me to write that, I wrote the other
spell it
steaks.
wrong. I go, I just love steak. They go, what do you mean? I go, well, when we did the July.
I'm probably like, what do you mean, John? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'll add this in.
This isn't supposed to be high stakes, John.
Yeah.
This is just a podcast.
We're very in on red meat.
He's like, yeah. I'm telling you, I was gonna do the same joke. I just like the July 4th thing when they're like, hey, there's 10 million people watching this, and they're coming to you live in like 35 seconds. I go, I just am like that.
Yep.
I go, I want the bases to be loaded and it to be 2 outs, and I want to be batting.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes me weird or if
No,
that
I love
makes
that.
me. Yeah, I just go.
You
I
live
want
for the moment.
Yes, and I was like, it's an awesome day because there's like stakes.
Mm-hmm.
There's like the biggest, most powerful person we've ever had on this podcast is coming in today.
Yeah.
I like the idea of every all fall. It's 7:00. Lights are going down. It's your time, brother. Tell us, show us what you got. I don't shy away from it. I don't know if that's weird or
No,
not.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
So post-game presser, how do you feel about your performance?
Well, you texted me after. You're like, how do you feel? I go, I don't know. It's blacked out.
I don't know. Was it good?
I don't know. I felt the same way. Like the recent things I've done with high stakes, which is July 4th, that was on CB. Was it on CBS? I think it was on CBS. Maybe it was on ABC. And then the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
I saw the video of it.
Yeah.
And I was there. And
It's the only way you know it happened.
Yeah, I don't remember doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fast too, man.
I looked up at the clock and it was like 28 minutes.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
It was quick.
Yeah, I was blacked out.
Yeah.
So when you're watching this, you were like, well, John wasn't there.
Yeah.
So it looks like something was controlling his body. It wasn't me.
Sure.
Not in a conspiracy way.
No, definitely not in a conspiracy way. And you didn't take
not
anything
conspiracy
before.
then. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I said, I think I asked chat maybe, but I go, what do we call him? Oh, I asked the guy.
Yeah.
I asked the earpiece guy, the politics guy. I go, what do we call him? He goes, Mr. Secretary. I go, yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Did I call? I probably call him that. He said, Mr. Secretary. I go, so not Bobby.
No.
He goes, no, dude. A Kennedy was in here. And actually, a lot of people, Easton doesn't know anything about the Kennedy family because he's in his 20s. But do you or no?
Oh, I know about the one thing, but
What?
The one thing.
we don't have
The
to.
one
I know
thing
the one
is
thing.
so funny.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
I mean-
Yeah. Well, okay. So
Goodness.
I was talking to obviously JFK.
Yes.
Which is his uncle.
Right.
And then RFK is his dad.
Correct.
And the Kennedy family, like I was talking to my parents, I go, do you remember when JFK was shot? And my dad told me the story about, he told me about where he was.
When it
I was
happened.
with my dad this weekend,
Yeah.
and he told me the story about where he was. He said he was at a game, a practice, and his dad came in, and they got in the car, and he goes, son, I just want to let you know, they shot JFK.
Wow.
And he said he'd never forget where he was. He's probably 8 or 9.
Yeah, that was their 9/11.
Yeah.
where it's like you remember exactly where you were when it happened.
Well, they got 9/11 too, didn't they?
They definitely also got 9/11. Yes,
Who's they?
Yeah, that generation.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I think the same people were in
Speaking
charge
of
of
conspiracies,
well, they did 9/11 too.
We can leave that. Yeah, we can leave that one there.
That's what he said. No, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. He didn't say, yeah, but you just go, oh, and I go, was he a Democrat? He goes, yeah, but he's like, it wasn't like that back then. It wasn't like they got the other guy. It was like the leader. They got our guy. He's like, the politics. He was trying to explain to me in a way that's like, it's not like it is now.
Yeah.
Like he's like, well, I go up because my parents are Republican.
Yeah.
I think for the most part, we haven't talked about it, but
You mean because there's a
I see the
giant
signs in the yard.
like yeah.
No,
Like there's a giant percentage of the country that would celebrate if Trump was to be assassinated.
yeah, and I go, well, wouldn't you have not liked JFK? They go, no, we all.
Yeah, it wasn't
it wasn't like divisive like it is now. And then I was talking to my mom about it, and then so a couple of years later, RFK, which is JFK's dad, got shot.
Yeah,
and then I don't know why. Once you start doing research on somebody, you just get deeper and deeper. Okay, I'm gonna mess this up. So the guy who shot RFK, he also got assassinated, but was
RFK or JFK?
RFK. It was like 5 years later. It was he got assassinated. You can double check that, and it's
we're gonna get this episode taken now.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, nah, dude, we didn't even get there. Lee Harvey Oswald. No, dude, that's
I hit JFK, RFK. Saran.
Yeah, Saran. Okay, so listen to this, dude. So Saran is the person that assassinated RFK Jr.'s dad. So I've looked it up. Saran still in prison. Still currently in prison. And then I kept doing research. RFK Jr. visited Saran in prison, I think in
here, granted a parole recommendation by a state board in August 2021, which was supported by two of RFK's sons.
Okay, pause right there 1 second. So RFK, when he talked, this is insane. This is like a movie, but it's real. Like imagine your dad being shot. And then going to see the guy in prison, and then RFK Jr. has said he should be up for parole because he thought someone else was involved in it.
Yeah.
And he's been in prison his whole life. And then, even wilder, parole blocked by Gavin Newsom.
Classic.
Which is like... You know what I'm saying? Like all the...
We could just keep going down this rabbit hole and push the interview to next week.
Yeah, anyway. You're like, let's... Because
this is... I mean, of all the rabbit holes to go down, the Kennedy family rabbit hole is deep.
Now, I will... Spoiler alert, we did not talk about this.
No.
We didn't get to this.
It's our first time
to breach this subject, I did ask the people on his team, I go, I wanted it. He goes, he would have talked about it. So I'm not like putting anything that's not on the internet.
No.
Yeah, and he goes, he would have been happy to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Next one, we'll do a 2-hour deep dive.
Yeah, deep dive. And did you know what I did when we were done? Were the cameras still rolling? Did you just keep the cameras going or no?
When we took pictures?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Maybe.
I think they're off.
Because their
cameras are rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just said, what do you think about... I'm not going to say that. I said, what do you think about Trump? Do you think is somebody going to kill him? And then he said no.
Okay.
Can we talk about something real quick?
Yeah.
Remember that thing a couple weeks ago when he got that plane, Trump got that plane from Qatar or whatever, and they said it wasn't safe enough, so they put him on the old Air Force One when Iran was about to attack him or whatever.
Yeah.
They used the Taylor Swift method, put him in a catering truck, and brought him to another plane, and Air Force One took off without him. So Iran thought he was on Air Force One, but he was on a different plane because they moved him in a catering truck.
The Taylor Swift janitor move?
Yes.
The politics are taking
is this
that?
what they're saying in your group chat? This is
No. This dropped on the news yesterday.
Yeah,
all right,
dude,
good.
Yeah,
good.
Wild. Yeah. We heard
they should be doing that.
Yeah.
Crazy,
they should be doing like Ocean's 11 Italian job type maneuvers. Do all that, man.
Well, that's what. Yeah, get a couple planes.
Get on the Cisco truck. Come on.
Yeah. When Trump is eating McDonald's on the road, they should get it from 7 McDonald's. Yeah. We talked about that actually a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
It was awesome, dude. I enjoyed it. I think I had Fauci to discuss Fauci on the list. I was going to get to it later. that was the first thing we talked about.
He went to it right away.
Yeah, he brought it up.
Yeah.
But I was like, because there's so many people with suits and earpieces that you go, but they never, they didn't say we could, they didn't say to take anything, and our listeners would be interested to know this. They didn't say take anything down.
Nope. They didn't ask to review anything.
They didn't ask
and like every guest of every podcast everywhere should take note of that. Because no one's doing anything with more gravity than he is. So,
and he said,
whatever you feel like you need to remove from what, you shouldn't have said it.
Hey, or no, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
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 Just take that with you.
I love that there's been.
This is a clip that, and he's not even on this part of the pod.
No, to me, that's.
RFK Jr., which arguably his words mean the most.
Mm-hmm.
The most important words are that guy's in the top 10 in this country, top 5.
Sure.
About the gravity of your words.
Yeah.
And he came on a pod, and they didn't ask, we asked for a topic list, but also like a local comics PR people would ask for a topic
we more
list.
So provided it. They didn't really ask much.
He goes, good, that's fine.
Yeah.
And he had some talking points, but if we could get to them or not.
We've done.
That's a great point.
We've done over 300 or 3,000 episodes.
Yeah.
We've seen some really, really tough teams to deal with.
RFK
His team
Jr.
was one of the easiest.
I thought we were at least going to get
awesome.
something from the White House, like the administration overall, being like, hey, we just got to, for administration cohesive purposes, look at it. Nothing.
Dude,
and
they were great.
We got some local country singer in here that's like, we prefer. I'm like,
we'd like final edit.
Yeah, what?
No.
Bro, it's not that serious. You know who is serious? RFK Jr.
Yeah.
Yours isn't.
Well, I think it comes down to like he's very confident in his ability to sit in a chair, have a conversation, be intelligent about what he's saying, and be discerning of like where do I want to go with the conversation, things I want to say on air, things I don't,
and stand by it.
And that's what he's done, to my knowledge, as long as I've been aware of him in his career.
And I'll also say that when Freddie O'Connell came in here, he's the same.
Same deal.
Like kind of ripped some off the jump. It was kind of like saying some loose stuff.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. What do you got to? It's 2026.
Yeah.
Protecting the words era is over.
Get on there and say what you mean.
Let it fly.
Or let it fly for podcast's sake. And also, but he backed everything. Have you ever listened to anything he has ever said on a pod? Backs everything up.
Yeah.
In a way with numbers and statistics, you go, I can't believe this.
That's what I mean by being intelligent about what you say.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just get on there and spout off a bunch of stuff and be like, we'll cut it out later. No, we're talking here.
And
words have meaning.
And I think if people are, I will say there's some things that are said that people are going to disagree with.
Of course.
Is that fair to say?
Of course.
Yeah. And he's okay
Anybody
with
with convicted
he's okay
stances
with that, dude. He's okay with that.
Yeah, you're going to make some people upset. That's okay.
Yeah. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I respect him, man. It was really cool having him come in here. The coins are really cool, too.
The coins, dude. I'm going to keep it in my pocket.
He gave us
forever.
little coins that are really cool.
I forgot to say that. He came in and did. Oh, we need that, too.
What?
Are we too? Oh, am I big enough for that?
You need a coin?
I'm just joking, but yeah, coin. It was like
JVC coin.
Yeah, a John Crist coin. What do I do with this?
You just start going by JVC now.
Oh, that's I'm JVC, RFK Jr. X
JVC the first.
JVC Jr. No, my dad's Johnny.
Oh, so wait, middle name the same too?
No, different middle name. Shoot, dude,
it doesn't qualify
Jr.
then, right? Is that how it works?
I'm JVC Jr.
Yeah.
Dang, dude, that's sweet. They're like, dude, you're not. Okay, so I think you got to be like, he came in and he had immediately, but he's been to 6 places this morning.
Yeah.
Wherever he's been.
Full day.
And he pulls out his coin in his pocket that said he has kind of the presidential or the government seal on it.
Yeah.
With his name.
Really, really cool.
In a little encasing or whatever, hands it to me. And I put it in my pocket, gave you one. And there was also members of our PR team, and I think did Cam get one?
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah, Easton made sure he got one.
Yeah. Yes,
bro,
dude.
did he give you
Yo,
the DAP handoff?
Yes, dude.
That was the craziest thing I think I've ever witnessed.
It was the anti booster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it was?
Yeah, the RFK.
It takes it back.
That was like the drug deal handoff, and I was like, what
it really was
going on?
The coin was in the hand.
Yeah.
And the coin was in the handshake?
Yeah.
Yes.
Gosh.
He doesn't even remember. This guy was
I was
out, he
gone,
said,
I was not here.
Yep.
I wasn't here. So when we cut to the podcast, it's not me.
The ghost of John Crist.
Yeah.
Did honor to have him. The Secretary of Health and Human Services, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Secretary RFK Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, honored to have him in the studio. Our second politician ever to grace the studio. Ladies and gentlemen, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is in the room. Ladies
Happy
and gentlemen.
to have you.
Honored to have you, sir.
Thank you for having me, John.
I just came from talking with Theo.
Yeah.
I told him you were coming in. He said to say hi.
He's an old friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know him from the club.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, he said I was going to tell you that we started this podcast because of you. 3.5 years ago, because your podcast with Theo got taken down.
Oh,
remember that?
Yeah.
And then
the first one I did with him.
You remember why?
Yeah, I think we talked about vaccines or something. Yeah, but at that point you weren't allowed to talk about them.
Yeah, that's changed.
Yeah, it changed a little.
Yeah, it loosened up a little bit. Yeah, because I go, what do you mean they're not? Because you've said a lot about everybody should have all the information.
Yeah.
Go about everything, and then we'll decide what's the best.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. That's it. Yeah. It was a wild time because I go, well, we have to add our voice to this if people are saying they can't say stuff.
Yeah.
Wild.
It's not a good career move, though.
A podcast? Or
I mean, clearly it has been good for you, but talking about vaccines was not a good career move back then.
Yeah. What do people come up to you on the street and they go, wait, you this and this? Do people ask you personal stuff like that all the time? Because you've said you don't advise people on their individual health ideas. Correct?
No.
Yeah.
No, I just say my philosophy has always been we should have good information.
Yeah.
And for most medical products, you have to do a double-blind, randomized, placebo-controlled trial where you compare the product to a placebo, to something that's inert. And vaccines are the only medical product that is exempt from that. When I was a kid, we got three vaccines. I was compliant. But my kids got 94 doses of 17 vaccines, and all those were added, most of them after 1986, and none of them were ever safety tested. We know that a lot of these vaccines are effective, like measles vaccine will stop measles, most people from getting measles. But we don't know if there's a risk to it, if there are injuries, and you can't tell that unless you have a safety study, and none of them have been safety studied.
Yeah. Well, I feel like.
So now I may get you censored just from
in the first 5 minutes.
You might want to drop that part out and start.
He's like, where's that guy? Yeah. What happened to your podcast? Yeah. Wow. RFK came in. Yeah. By the way, I don't know if you know the answer to this. We did some research. The top 5 most famous people with 3 initial nicknames. You're number 5. They're known by their first, middle, and last initial.
Maybe it's my dad.
Well, your dad's 2. Your dad is actually 3. You know who number 1 is?
FDR, JFK.
4. You got 2 of them.
JFK, FDR, MLK.
You got them all.
There it is.
And you're 5. But I think you are grandfathered in because of the family thing. I don't think there's an RFK Jr. But if there's not an RFK.
That is how that works.
That is exactly how that works.
Grandfather.
No, you know, when I was
When
I was when I was making the decision about whether to run for president, you know, my wife, she did not want me to run unless there was a chance of me winning. She didn't want me just to run to make a statement.
Yeah, very supportive. Yeah.
And so this guy, Jeremy Zogby, who runs one of the big polling firms, he had been polling me for a couple of years without me knowing it. And then he came in and he showed me these poll results, and they showed me extremely popular. But I said to him, how do you know that's not my father? A lot of people may think that, but I didn't express that doubt to Cheryl when I showed them to her.
Yeah, these are the numbers. Yeah, don't pass it off. You can take credit for them for sure. I always thought that it's funny as a because she's been on Curb for like 20 years. On Curb Your Enthusiasm.
They shot 11 seasons over 21 years.
Gosh. That is, and so I always thought to myself, so you guys come home and you're like, we just did the double blind and the mRNA vaccine and getting the approval, and she's like, me and Larry David ran the trash can down. Yeah. And you're like, that's a wild, to come back to the house with a wildly different day.
Yeah. It's still a wildly different taste, but I think that's what, a lot of times that's what brings people together.
Yeah.
Is they have different interests and then shared values.
Did you ever try to tell her something and she's like, it goes over her head, or no?
Tell her something and what?
It goes over her head. She's like, I don't. 'Cause every time I listen to something, you always know the stats, you know all the research, you know all the details, and she's like, what?
Yeah, well, I wrote this book on Anthony Fauci.
Heard of him.
And I wrote it. It's a long book, and it's got a lot of facts in it. And she wanted to read it to be supportive of me, but every time she'd pick it up, she would just burst into tears, and I just don't read that.
Hey, chapter 3, just read the beginning of chapter 3 and 16. Take it from there.
Yeah.
What do you think about all the stuff with him in the news now? Does it feel validating to you?
It's happening now.
Yeah. Have you heard?
Yeah, I'm stoked. Yeah, I think it was a long time in coming. The interesting thing is, to me, he got a pardon from President Biden that he really fought for. He got it on the last day and was insistent that he get one, which is odd for a public health official. Yeah. And then he took the Fifth Amendment, 111 times, which is more than Sam Giancana did when my father, had him in a hearing, and he did it 70 times, and people thought that was. But that there are still Democratic senators who are trying to, who are essentially apologists for him, and explain that. It's hard to explain. I think it's important. I think the whole exercise was really important because it's important we never do that again.
Yep.
What's the desired outcome for him?
You mean my desired outcome?
Yeah.
It's in chapter 12.
Yeah. By the book, Alex, obviously.
I think, most people who are on the right side of the spectrum want to see him prosecuted and criminally prosecuted. There's lots of people who feel like they lost loved ones, that because of his policies, they couldn't be with their parents when the parent was dying. Parents died alone. That their kids are crippled scholastically because they skipped 2 years of school. And, that he did all these damage, and that he ironically, I think most people accept now that he was instrumental in causing the pandemic, that he funded these very dangerous gain-of-function studies at a Chinese lab. The two scientists he was funding were creating coronavirus that was super virulent, and that the genome was the genome of COVID-19. We funded that. We created the technology that allowed them to do it and then transferred it to them. And then somehow he got himself appointed to manage the pandemic. And that's not, that's not a good look. I think a lot of people would like to think that it would be better for our system if there was some punishment, some criminal liability.
Sure.
Do you think that would be enough to prevent it from happening again?
I don't think so, because I think a lot of it, I think it's going to be a struggle no matter what, because any crisis that you have in society, there's always powerful entities within society that want to use that crisis to centralize control and to centralize power and to accumulate power. And I think that happens. That's just human nature. It's the nature of society. And that medical pandemics are, as good as a war or any other crisis. Anytime there's a big social crisis, you're going to see the reaction is that there's going to be powerful entities within a society that try to use that to consolidate their control. And that's always going to happen. But I think we can do, and what we're trying to do now is put in guardrails where it's much more difficult for them to do that again. And one of the things I got asked about, I think I was on Dana Bash or one of the, an interview this weekend where she said to me, what are you going to do differently this time? And I said, well, first of all, we're going to make sure that the Constitution is complied with. And she said, oh, that's not public health. What are you going to do for public health? But that is public health. Yeah. I mean, one of the reasons that we mismanaged this crisis so badly is that we were silencing people. We were silencing dissent. And whenever you have a crisis, you want to hear from the dissenting voices so that you can make sure that you're not missing something. And, you know, we missed a lot. These therapeutic drugs like ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine, there are literally hundreds of studies that show that they were devastatingly effective against COVID-19, but people were not allowed to use them because that single-minded, public health response that we can only have a vaccine and nothing else. And, that's not a good outcome.
It was I think everybody looks back, whatever side you're on, and say that was just a wild. Every now and then on X, I see something, you're like, remember this? And it was like the sand in the skate parks, or like the guy getting arrested from and you're like, I can't believe
the surfers getting arrested.
Yeah. You go the paddleboarder getting, and you go, I can't believe that was a wild time. You can give it to him. That's fine. Has somebody checked this? Has somebody made sure it's not
taster?
A taster. Well,
what do they make a year?
we what is that? A cup of coffee? Cup of tea?
Yeah.
We were actually going to ask that about Trump, about when is somebody checking his food? Do you know? So he doesn't get poisoned or something like that? Is that a weird question?
Getting nods over here.
He does?
You test his too? You test his food too? No.
Somebody, but yeah, see, if you go, but because he, I'm probably sure you have to just look the other direction when he's eating, huh?
My wife was at dinner with Jay Leno one time, and he had just had dinner with Michael Jackson.
Heard of him.
A private room in a restaurant in L.A., and he said that Michael Jackson came in with a guy who was wearing a turban.
Okay.
And the guy opened a wooden box, and he had all these little tiny spoons in the wooden box, and that he would take out the spoon and taste each dish that Michael Jackson was about to eat, and everybody else around the table. There was about 10 kind of famous people around the table, and they were all like, "Should we wait to see if something happens?"
Or do we wait 10 minutes to figure out?
If he I know what's the timeline on that? How long do you have to wait him out?
The food's getting cold.
Yeah, right.
This week's episode brought to you by the good folks over there at ZocDoc. Ladies and gentlemen, ZocDoc lets you search and compare local in-network speaking of doctors, they got more than 150,000 providers with 200 plus specialties across 50 states. ZocDoc website has tons of reviews from real patients, doctors, detailed doctor profiles to help you choose the right one. We didn't talk about this directly with him, but this would be something that I'm not even going to say that.
That's not a good idea.
No, I didn't.
Don't put his endorsement. Yeah.
Dude, good catch. I'm just saying transparency.
Sure.
We'll leave it at that. See actual appointment openings and click to instantly book a visit. Appointments happen fast, usually 24 to 72 hours. And you can even score same-day appointments. ZocDoc, free to use. Your health matters. And taking care of yourself shouldn't be complicated. Find and book the right doctor with ZocDoc. Head to ZocDoc.com/netpositive to get started and check appointments off your to-do list. ZocDoc.com/netpositive. This week's episode also brought to you by the good folks over there at Poncho. Ladies and gentlemen, fits for all. Poncho makes performance shirts for guys who actually go outside. I was in all weekend in Bentonville, Arkansas, big poncho area.
Ooh.
Big poncho area.
Good to know.
Met a couple fans out there. A couple of them were ponchoed up. Okay. And it was good to see the the group Rising.
The collective.
Yeah,
Nice.
the Poncho Collective. We do a little handshake. It's become my go-to shirt for all seasons. Probably the best shirt I ever worn. I got to one that is it's like kind of a little bit corduroy, but not like overwhelmingly corduroy. It's blue. Probably my favorite shirt in my closet right now.
Nice.
Feels like butter. Perfect little stretch to it. Most comfortable shirt. Fits perfectly. I've been wearing it a bunch on Springfield First.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Not paid for, by the way.
No,
I'm just wearing it for fun.
It just fits well.
Yeah,
They got those new college ones out right now, too.
Oh, nice.
Those
Those are going to go crazy this
Gear
fall.
up for summer, ladies and gentlemen, with Poncho. Go to ponchooutdoors.com/netpositive and enter your email to get $10 off and free shipping on your first order. That's PONCHO outdoors.com/netpositive. Head there. Drop in your email, get $10 off and free shipping. And once you try one, you'll understand why I've got a closet full, ladies and gentlemen. And interesting note, I do have a bigger closet now.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
So more room for more Poncho.
For more Poncho.
There you go.
I grew up very Christian. My parents always told me Chick-fil-A is fast food, but it's kind of Christian, so it doesn't count. It's not as. What do you think about that? Yes or no?
Sips hot water.
Yeah. Or is it all bad? All the fast food's bad?
I don't know. I wouldn't say that. There may be some that is better than others. But I don't know. I don't eat at fast food anymore if I can help it, unless President Trump makes me do like what he did.
Same for a lot of the citizens of the country, brother. Unless Trump makes us. Yeah. And you look at these. Look at how disrespectful these guys are. We got a Red Bull here and a Monster right here. I'm joking, but not really. Those are. That's the worst possible thing you could do, right?
John has one. Hold on.
Yeah.
I got water.
Today,
He chugged it right before you got here.
yeah,
He didn't wanna
today
get
there's
to
just
it.
a water, but usually there's also a Red Bull accompanying that. So
Okay, look, I was going to ask you this question: 3 beers a day, 3 Diet Cokes a day, 3 Red Bulls a day. Everything else being equal, who dies first?
3 beers, 3 Red Bulls.
3 Diet Cokes a day.
I'm saying Red Bull.
Wow, worse than beer?
Good thing I'm only at 1 or 2.
Beer would not be good for me.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't know. You're eating other stuff, right?
Oh yeah, you're part of it. The rest of your diet.
No, that's it.
You get the rest of your diet.
I don't think I want to hang out with any of those 3 guys.
Yeah, those 3 guys are all problems.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well,
I trade one of each, diversify the portfolio.
there you go. You know how over the course of my lifetime, you grew up with things that were like, this is great for you, now it's bad. This was bad for you, now it's good. Like people have waffled on milk, sunscreen. Do you look back on anything in your career that you feel like you got wrong, and now we have new information and you have a different stance on it?
I mean, I think I believed a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
I really wasn't paying much attention to it, though.
Yeah.
'Cause I would just eat whatever I wanted. I wanted to eat a hamburger or cheeseburger or a steak or something like that, and I would eat what I wanted to eat and not pay attention to. I never really put on a lot of weight, so I'd never attentive to my diet.
Yeah. And what's the best?
How about you?
I mean, I eat anything, but my fiance is like, you got to stop eating the fast food.
Yeah, well,
But
that's
I feel
good.
it doesn't. I'm not tired, and still feel pretty good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like
there's some people that can just eat anything, and they're just they're called super agers. Yeah. I think President Trump is one of those.
Yeah. It doesn't affect.
I talked to
him.
Dana White. Dana White's known Trump very well, closely for 25 years or more. And he said that he's never seen President Trump drink water. he just drinks Diet Coke. And but he's got more energy than anybody I've ever met.
That kind of goes against the. Yeah, I guess a conversation like this is unique because it's such. I feel like it's such. We're talking about comedy and whatever. We're joking around, but it's such. The work you do is such high stakes. Does that make sense? It's like in a lot of ways it's life or death. So you go, this is good, and you go, we're all, whether it's vaccines or whether it's even milk. You're like, oh, if the whole milk. I grew up whole milk's good for you. The more whole milk you can drink, the better. And now it's like we're out on whole milk.
No, now we're back on whole milk.
Now we're back.
Yes.
Yeah. What's the if someone's just beginning to start to care about what's in their body, which you'd argue you should have been doing this your whole life. There's so much information about there. What you've always said.
Yeah, but it's pretty easy just to eat real food. Eat something that comes from the ground. Eat vegetables, fruits. If it comes in a package, you should probably not eat it. If it comes in a, if it comes from the ground or the air or the water, eat it. If it's got ingredients on it that you can't pronounce, you shouldn't eat it.
Yeah, stuff that's coming from something that's natural, but because everybody was against red meat, but now I think, are we back now?
Oh yeah, red meat is good.
It's back in.
Yeah.
It was out for a while, but then the heart disease numbers didn't decline.
Right? They had there was some fraud involved with that, and that's a
Who would have thought?
Story.
Surprise.
There's a guy called Ansel Keys.
Yeah.
Who was a friend of President Eisenhower's. And Eisenhower, like before 1900, nobody died from heart attacks.
Okay.
It was just unknown. And then people started dying of heart attacks in the 20th century. And then President Eisenhower, when he was president, had a heart attack. And the whole country became very, very worried about heart attacks. And this guy called Ansel Keys, who was friends with the president's doctor, did a study that suggested he was in Italy, and he noticed that nobody gets heart attacks in Italy. And then he thought that's probably because they don't eat red meat. They eat a lot of fish. They eat other stuff. Yeah. And so he had this hypothesis, and then he did a number of things when the hypothesis did not bear out, he did a study of 10 countries. 3 of the countries that had the lowest heart attack were Germany, England, and France, which eat a lot of meat.
Yeah.
And so he excluded them from the study. And then he came back here, he used his influence with President Eisenhower, and then he got money from the processed food industry, particularly people who were developing margarines at that time, and to say that saturated fats caused heart attacks, and there really was no good science on that. But he gave meat a bad name back in the 50s, and it stuck. And Marty McCary, who was running FDA, actually wrote a book about Ansel Keys and this big fraud that he had committed. And so when Marty came in, a lot of, the attitude changed.
Is it true that someone in this country can eat healthy and eat well for $10 a day?
Yes. In fact, Mark Hyman, you know who Mark Hyman is? No. He's one of the most famous functional medicine doctors and integrative medicine doctors. He was at the Cleveland Clinic, but he's written probably 20 books that are New York Times bestsellers, and he's just written a book on a recipe book.
Okay.
Or how to eat every day for a year on $10 a day for 3 meals. And the military now, has this new guy in called Robert Irvine, who's a television chef.
I know him, yeah.
Pete Hegseth brought him in, and he's feeding the military for around that much, actually much less than that. And it's all good food. And, I have a cooking show now.
Hey, plug the cooking show on the pod. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a cooking show.
Well, you've said that nobody knows how to cook anymore.
Nobody knows how to cook anymore. Well, and so we're trying to teach people how to cook, but I do a show with a chef, like a legitimate chef, every week, a different famous chef. And they show how to make a meal for under $5 a portion. A really good meal, like salmon.
Yeah, really. Yeah. There's a bunch of stuff on Twitter now. It's like Gen Z is all upset because you can't get a burrito for less than $20 now, and you got a DoorDash.
Well, fast food is expensive. I mean, a Big Mac meal is like $12 to $14.
Yeah.
You can eat 3 meals for that.
Yeah.
If you buy smart.
You can only do that unless you're the president. If you're the president, that's in the budget, and not as much McDonald's as you want. What about?
President Trump actually eats really good food.
Does he?
Most of the time. But when he's traveling, he likes to eat food from national chains because he's scared of getting food poisoning. If he buys it from a little, local place, he's scared that it'll have some contaminant in it. But when he's at Mar-a-Lago or when he's at the White House, that's the best food. It's all fresh produce. Yeah. It's a lot of it is locally sourced. So he's eating good food most of the time.
It's like me when I go on the road. When I'm with my fiance, we're cooking, and I go on the road. It's DoorDash, fast food, Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Man, so what he would probably DoorDash. He doesn't DoorDash. What am I talking about? But he would probably wouldn't he have to get it from like 5 McDonald's?
What, my DoorDash?
No, Trump. When he's on the road, he's like, I want McDonald's. He'd have to call in from 5 McDonald's.
I don't know how they do it, but when you get on his airplane, it's just boxes and boxes of McDonald's.
Wow. I thought it was a joke. It's really
it's like a 12-year-old's
not
dream.
a joke.
Yeah, could you like ever whisper him to be like, hey, I'm trying to correct some things in this country. This is not helping us. Or do you leave that alone?
No, I mean, I don't, look, I'm not like a scold.
Oh, yeah. That's probably fair. That's probably fair.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about peptides. Good or bad?
Peptides?
Yeah.
Well, they should be people's choice, in my view.
Okay.
And you should know what you're getting. And right now, because President Trump, peptides have always been legal. Compounding pharmacies have always been legal. A lot of people criticize me for moving the peptides to Category 1 because they said, oh, these are, they haven't been through randomized controlled trials like drugs that you would get for prescription. But there are many, supplements don't go through randomized controlled trials. You can go to any drugstore and buy any supplement you want. It's your choice. You're making a choice. The supplement is not making a claim.
Okay, got it.
The only time that FDA is supposed to be demanding randomized controlled trials is when there's a molecule that makes a specific claim about a specific indication. Like, I'm going to cure headaches. I'm going to cure postulating lesions or cancer or whatever, and then mass market it. But if you don't do that, if a doctor says to you, this substance is good for you, and it may help you with what you got, that doctor can write you a prescription for anything he wants, including dietary changes, whatever he wants, supplements, vitamin D, vitamin C. He can write you that prescription, and you can get it. And a compounding pharmacy can fill it. But what happened is during the Biden administration, they wanted to control everything. So they removed all these peptides from the market. And what happened, Americans continued to buy peptides, but you could only get research intended peptides for animals. Okay. And so they were buying these research peptides, and they're coming from China. You have no idea what's in them. There's no regulation. FDA is not visiting their plants. And they were getting stuff that was, not what they were ordering.
Yeah.
And so what I want to do is to bring order to the market, make sure that people could get what they wanted as long as there's no safety signal. If there's a safety signal, like if, BPC 157, it's a very common peptide. If somebody, and hundreds of millions of doses have been taken, there's never been a safety signal. If there were safety signals, FDA then can step in and say, okay, we're moving this to a different category. As long as there's not a safety signal, it's better, in my view, to have it Category 1 where we can go inspect the plants We know what molecules we're getting. We know the purity of the product that we're getting, and people are getting what they are ordering. Instead of getting it from these shady businesses over the internet that, you have no idea what it is.
Which is kind of what the FDA does. If somebody says, you got to go, well, at least we got to get this approved because we can't just have everybody taking this with no rules.
Well, I think people ought to be able to take what they want to take.
Yeah. And if you're taking steroids that you got in a box that's on you. It's your body.
But they ought to know what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got you.
And then if there's safety, if people start dropping dead, then FDA moves in and says, okay, we're not going to do that. But as long as they don't have a right to tell you that's not efficacious.
Yeah.
If you think that it's helping you, you should be able to take it as long as it's not demonstrably dangerous. Yeah.
This week's episode brought to you by the good folks over there at Cure. Cure. C-U-R-E. Listen, we got a bunch of electrolyte brands out there. I feel like the market there's a lot of the add to it stuff. There's a lot of that. I've been using Cure for, 4 or 5 months now. Hands down, the best one I ever tasted. I go to the, the lime one that I have is you put them right in your drink. It's game over. Yeah, we should have asked about because the water adds a little something to it. Get a little something in your system.
Oh yeah,
almost like not too sweet, not too salty. Some of them are overpowering.
Yeah, I like the berry pomegranate one.
Yeah, and some of them are not enough. It's perfect. Peach mango, berry pomegranate, watermelon, lemonade, strawberry kiwi, ginger, turmeric.
Yep.
Blood orange, tropical punch. We got them all. I think I have them all. No added sugar, no artificial sweeteners, and nothing you can't pronounce. Man, the transparency over these brands, unbelievable. When you flip the packet over, you can actually just read what the ingredients actually are. That's crazy that has to be an advertisement.
It's insane that's a differentiator in the space.
Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Here's
a rarity.
Here's what you're putting in your body.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
Which does go in line with the conversation we're having right now. Just saying it goes in line with the conversation.
It goes in line.
I didn't say anybody says anything.
In parallel, full ingredients.
The electrolyte mix I've started reaching for today with clean ingredients. Nothing artificial, becomes easy to stay hydrated. Find it on Amazon or save 20% at curehydration.com with the code NetPositive. Real ingredients, real hydration. You've been in office, what is it, coming up on 2 years?
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's been effective so far?
Yeah.
Very.
I mean, I think we've done more than any HHS secretary has ever done historically in 8 years.
Yeah.
We do announcements almost every day. It's a target-rich environment. There's so many crazy things going on at that agency through, the 30 years of mismanagement.
Yeah.
That it's easy to find things that just apply common sense and correct it.
Yeah. I want to be respectful of your time. I ask you one more question. You see a lot of politicians will stay in D.C. You're like we saw yesterday that you were doing the thing about organ donor, like something. I feel like speak to the reason of why you're here. Yes, it's important to advance legislation, but why has it been so important? Because we've known you. I've seen you on Theo, on Rogan. Why is it so important to you to not only emphasize legislation, but also tell people? Like, also, does that make sense? Why?
Yeah.
It's also important to let people know you can do all you want in Hollywood or in D.C., but if you're not telling people what's important, I feel like you're very present.
Yeah,
I mean,
and then I try to travel to different parts of the country. Like I was in Kentucky. Kentucky, there is an organ procurement organization yesterday that we decertified. So they were, they're supposed to get people kidneys and livers, et cetera, from donors and give them to people who are entitled to them. And they were doing horrible stuff and breaking a lot of laws. Yeah. There were literally people waking up on the operating table about to have their organs removed, and they weren't dead. And one of them came to a press conference.
Yep.
But I, try to go to where people are and talk to them and, and communicate to them about what we're doing and really have transparency in the agency and let people know all over the country what we're doing, why it's important to them, and what it means to their lives.
And it means a lot to you that people trust you, that you are backed up by statistics, that when you say things that it is helpful and is in the general public's best interest.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important that what I say that people can count on.
Yeah.
And, I get attacked. I mean, not everybody believes me about,
Yeah. I've heard there is another side.
Yeah, there is another side.
Yeah.
But, I should be able to go out and defend myself.
Absolutely.
And to talk to those people and to have civil conversations with them. And so that's what I try to do.
And it is, it says in the Bible, in the book of Proverbs, that laughter is a good medicine. I think me and you are kind of doing the same job.
Yeah, well, I tell that to Cheryl all the time. I do think that, God wants us laughing.
She's doing it. She's helping people laugh. And
she's
improving people's health, and so are you.
Yeah, and there's actually, demonstrable connection between laughter and better health.
Yeah.
So it's not, there's some science behind it. But you know what? That's, I think, the purpose of life is to find joy and to find laughter, and that God wants us happy. There's C.S. Lewis wrote this essay once about joy, and said that that it's impossible for God to be angry at a grateful man.
Man.
And that, gratitude is a defense against everything, because God gave us all of these incredible gifts and wants us to appreciate them. And I remember I was in 1973, I was in Chile, and and we were staying at this hotel, and we were having these snowball fights every night in a swimming pool outside.
Sure.
And this one kid, who was a little league kid, threw a snowball up, and he went up 5 stories, and he broke a picture window in the home of the manager of the hotel, who had already threatened to throw me out of the hotel for having these snowball fights. And I was really angry at this kid, because I thought I was going to get thrown out. Yeah. The kid was so happy about what he'd done. He said, "Do you see how far I threw that thing?" And it was impossible for me to be mad at him.
Yeah.
You end up laughing with them, and I see that with my kids all the time. They're happy. It's hard to be angry at them.
Yeah, and in the program, I've been sober for 6.5 years. I know if we had more time, we would talk about it. But gratitude is one of the main ethoses of all of the recovery programs.
Yeah. And
beautiful.
Gratitude is a choice.
Yeah.
You could have 2 people who are shoveling manure, and one of them could be happy and singing, and the other could be grumbling and cursing, and it has nothing to do with the externalities. It's just how you choose to process your reality.
Yeah. Well, we should put that in your book. We should put that in the end.
Yeah, put that at the very end.
Yeah, I'll put that at the start. Well, Mr. Secretary, it's an honor to have you in. We want to be respectful of your time. We got a lot of people in here that got to get you a lot of more important places than here. We appreciate anything we can do for you. Let us know.
John, really good to be with you.
Thank you, sir.
It was a little weird, but on the net, it was a positive. It was a positive. You cannot be serious. On the net, it's a positive.